I know there's an influencer called Urfi.
Urfi Javed.
Yeah, so some of her costumes, she collaborates with a cosplayer that I know in Mumbai, and he helps her create those costumes. He was so legendary that he was sick and tired of his life in San Francisco. So for a box full of his sketchbooks, someone gave him a house in France. So much so that every time someone would ask me, what do you do? It was very difficult to explain that I run my own event. It's called Comic Con. I don't do anything else. And so people say event management. I was like, yeah. Shaadiyan bhi karate ho?
So who believed in you first? Yourself or your parents? Your friends?
Parents, blindly parents. I joke about it that I would not trust my own child.
Hi Jatin, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good. Yeah, so could you tell us more about your childhood? Like how did you started reading comics? I know your mother introduced that to you, but kaisa tha uske baad?
So yeah, my mom introduced me to comics and kept me on it, thinking that it'll also help me become a reader, which is true, and it did. But yeah, I mean, I'm born and brought up in Delhi, so it was a pretty simple, boring childhood.
No.
I was neither nerdy nor geeky, but I was neither into sports or studies, so books were sort of a nice space for me to be in.
Yeah.
And even though education-wise, I did things which were different from, say, English literature or whatever, but but I guess they had a part to play in what I ended up doing.
Yeah. You also did couple of reality shows. Simpu Singh, did you create that character?
No. Okay, so before I did Comic Con, I used to publish comics. I ran a magazine called Random Magazine, which is like Mad Magazine. It was a humor magazine.
Yes.
And as trying to promote that magazine, I licensed the character Simpu Singh, which was owned by Channel V.
Oh,
there used to be that music channel.
I love that character.
Yeah, I know, Khade Ho Jao. So that's how I got into. I licensed it. That's how I got into Channel V.
Yeah.
And in Bombay, apparently, if you show up and say, if someone asks you, "Aur kya karte ho?" You're like, "I can make a TV show." They're like, "Sure."
Yeah. They believed in you. So nice.
I don't know if they believed in me, but they thought shooting in Delhi might be cheaper. And it was reality dating shows, so finding characters would be easier in the north than in Mumbai. So we did a lot. We did almost 3 to 4 years of lots of reality shows like Dare to Date, Love Net.
I've watched Dare to Date, like two unknown people.
Campus blogs.
Yes.
Yeah. So in fact, Anant, who you were talking about, he used to work with me on those shows.
Wow.
He was one of the first people I ever hired.
Wow.
And this is right after he dumped IIT in the last year and showed up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's the journey that started off. And then because I stuck to publishing, that opened up doors in understanding how artists and writers are kind of working in India.
Right.
And gave the opportunity of doing something around comics. So the TV shows would make money. They would bankroll all these side projects.
Yes.
That's how Comic Con essentially started as a side project, and then it's
back in 2011.
Yeah, 2011.
And from where the idea came in,
it was like I said, I was publishing that magazine and publishing comic books.
Yes.
And everyone would crib about the fact that there isn't a space to sell or market these books. And we would go to some book fairs and try other places, but nothing would really pop out for us. So at that point in time, no one had ever done a Comic Con in India.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So we were like, why not?
Why not?
And if it fails, then it'll just be a Wikipedia entry. But at least you'll get to do the first one.
Correct.
So that was the whole idea. It was a fun experiment.
And no sponsors you got? How did you manage everything?
No, so we went about it in a very professional manner. We obviously we had a company and a team and that was already working on television shows and content. So we went about it trying to create the best possible Comic Con, which is making sure that anyone and everyone related to comics would be present.
Right.
So we sold booths, we tried to sell sponsorships.
Correct.
But we tried to make it work as a business. Touchwood, it was a positive response on the business side of it. It was a great response on the whole community and fan side of it. and it just took off from there.
And
And
how did you market it? Like it was like back in 11
this is
Facebook.
this is when Facebook was
Yes.
not toxic and not for uncles and aunties, and Instagram was just a photo app, or I
Yes.
don't think it was even there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was mostly online in that nascent space. And when we were doing the first Comic Con, we chose a place in Delhi which is very central and has visitors on any weekend. This is Dilli Haat.
Dilli Haat. I love
Yeah.
that.
So see, Dilli Haat, people like,
Yeah.
spending chilling time.
Correct.
And this is pre-pollution Delhi. So Delhi winters in February were beautiful and really nice.
Yeah.
So we thought, on a weekend there'll be young people there. That'll be the audience, and we'll obviously try and call people.
Yes.
And this way it'll always look like it's busy and full.
Right.
And it worked out. And
Yeah.
I believe that we were able to pull in people ourselves as well.
Yeah.
But there was a ready audience there to
Yes.
kind of engage, and
Yes.
that worked.
Wow, lovely. And the budget was 8.5 lakhs, if I'm not wrong.
Somewhere
around,
it was in a few lakhs. It wasn't very massive. It was a small space, and to be very honest, I didn't come from events, and no one in the team either knew anything about events other than hosting a fake award ceremony. So everyone who worked with us kind of took us on a ride.
Yeah.
हाँ ये इतने का ही होता है या ये इतने का खर्चा होता है. But it was a very small show, so the investment wasn't so much that we couldn't try and experiment.
And like now it's 2025, like the transition. आपने ऐसा कभी सोचा था कि like in 2025 you will have international collaborators, artists?
No. I mean, honestly, the first show was not even called Delhi Comic Con. It was called First Annual Indian Comic Con.
Oh.
The idea was that it'll only be once in a year in Delhi. That's it. But then by the time we finished the first show, we were like, okay, this needs to be taken to other cities.
Right.
Because I think there's a potential for it.
This thing I have observed, like जितना भी मैंने देखा है about you, like you don't create something so that it will give you business. You do it so that, okay, I want to do it, let's just do it. Because
that's a phase in life. Yeah, I think as you get older, you also think about, will this make me money or lose me money?
Yeah. Now you think like that, do you?
I do. I was 25 when I first did it, 26.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I came from a privileged background. I came from a place where I had this comfort that if I fail at everything, I'll figure out something. I will have a family to supporting me. Yeah. Now, not everyone has that. So
That's a
when
blessing,
so when I realized that I have that superpower, I was like, I'm going to abuse the hell out of it. Because if you don't take that, I mean, you'll be wasting that opportunity.
Absolutely.
So I took full advantage of the trust that my family had.
Yeah.
And the idea was to eventually come out with something which will make money or make sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, initially in those years, it was me jumping from one fun thing to the other that I wanted to do in life. And I was like, ban jayenge paise kahin na kahin. And in some of the places it did. In most places it did not. but like stumbling into TV production was great. It was great for business, and it helped me bankroll anything that I wanted to do on the side.
What did you learn from those experiences?
I think the biggest lesson I learned was that I didn't want to be an agency or... So, I mean, not that we were creating innovative ideas, but it was initially it was a lot of fun, but eventually you were pitching people all sorts of fun ideas, and they were rejecting it or stealing it or keeping it, or they could give you the project, and then if they don't like it, if the person changes in that company, you are out, you're a vendor.
Yeah.
So the idea that you didn't have control over something that you thought of was really frustrating.
Yeah.
And which is why I always wanted to do something on my own, where I controlled all aspects of it.
Correct.
So that's a motivating factor to, and that was a big lesson for me that in life, I think that's probably what I'll want to do. And I don't want to be in a space where I'm a vendor to someone all the time. And then if the person's mood changes or that person moves out to another place, you go with it.
So what is something that Comic-Con taught you about leadership that no business school or book could teach you? Like, what is there?
I never went to a business school, so I don't know. I'm just a graduate. But I don't know. I think There's no one lesson. Um, the biggest thing that I've learned from it was that I should jump into. I should be passionate about what I'm trying to do.
Right.
I think it has pros and cons, but if I'm truly passionate about it,
Yeah.
I would ideally eventually find success.
Yeah.
Now, it might not be the monetary success I'm looking for, but I might make myself happy at the end of it. So that's not always the barometer for
Right.
everyone, but it was for me for sure.
So happiness is the success for you, like
Feeling satisfied,
satisfied.
feeling that you
Yeah.
achieved something,
Yeah.
did something unique.
Correct.
And sometimes that's important in life.
Absolutely. So I remember, like in some of your interviews, you said the first Comic Con that you created, the ticket pricing was 100 rupees, and
Yeah.
and you regret that. Like why?
It should have been higher.
Why?
I mean, we thought it's such a new thing.
Uh-huh.
We also don't know what exactly it is.
Yes.
So it should be free to attend because more people would attend.
Yeah.
In hindsight,
Correct.
that's not the best idea. I think people value their time and their investment a little more when they have to pay for it.
Yeah. That's yeah.
Now,
Yeah. Nothing should be free.
and I
that
remember
way.
debating, like having this massive debate for a bunch of days about what the price should be. And the fact that when I look back at it, it's 100 rupees. We were crying over 100 rupees. And it didn't matter. People
Yeah.
still came and we were sold out. And,
Yeah.
and now the ticket prices are 1,000 rupees a day. So,
Yes.
so I mean, it was, I think, thinking way too much about what price how it might affect.
Correct.
In hindsight was a wasted effort. I think
Right.
we should have spent more time on creating more value for money.
Right. And where do you see Comic Con going in the next 10 years? Like,
I think it's already expanding to 11 cities this season.
11 cities.
yeah.
Oh, last time I knew it was 4, 5.
It was 5, then last year it went to 8.
Wow,
This year it's
great.
going to 11.
Wow.
Our company was acquired by another company called Unwavering Gaming, so they're
Yes.
expanding the business.
Right.
So I think we see it going into different more cities, testing
Yeah.
out more cities for
Correct.
sure, and then maybe doing something in the pop culture space beyond just the physical events.
Wow. Wow. So, what are the biggest emerging trends in the pop culture space in India? Like, how do you see it? Like,
The biggest, like, overarching thing that I see is finding niches.
yeah,
There are communities within communities. So a lot of people are spending time developing those,
Right.
like if it's board gaming, if it's tabletop gaming with
Right.
card games, or for example, this is not a niche, but the biggest trending thing right now is anime
Yes.
anime and manga in India,
Yes,
and
yes.
also to a large extent internationally.
yeah,
So, I mean, there are communities within communities. The idea is to figure out which niche is not being served,
correct.
and those will be some of the things that'll come up in the next few years.
Right. So, I happened to be there in the Geo this time, and I thought I'm too old for Comic Con. Then I went and I saw everything. My inner child was so happy, from VR to shops. I bought posters, then good food, good people, and those participants at the cosplay, I feel they were feeling like a celebrity. When I
Yeah.
went to Batman, can I take a picture with you? Can I take a selfie? So there's this very short story that I want to tell you. It's like a moment that I experienced, that I'm look better with Nietzsche, and then the cosplay was happening. And suddenly I saw this little Spider-Man, 5-6 years, बेचारा वो आया था कहीं दूर से, and he was late, he knew that. And I could see that he was feeling so sad that he's late and he won't be there at the stage. And then then I told them, please आप जाइए, judges से बात कीजिए, कुछ ना कुछ तो हो जाएगा. And then they went and then they spoke, and cut to he was at on the stage. And then he was like, psst, psst. And I feel for us, I mean, it was just an entertainment, but for him, you just gave him a moment, a nostalgia that he's going to remember for the rest of his life. Like for you, comics were there when you were growing up, and for these people, Comic-Con is something that you're giving them as a memory, as a childhood. How do you feel? Do you feel you have accomplished something? Like because you're giving them nostalgia.
I'll steal that story.
Yeah.
I'll use it everywhere now.
Yeah.
No, that's a core memory for that
Yes,
kid if he
yes.
was really into it.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing that attracts people to Comic Con
Yeah.
is not one particular thing. It's not
Yes.
like they come there for comics or
Right.
just cosplay.
Right.
A lot of people come there for the atmosphere.
Correct.
And being amongst people who are similar to them.
Right.
And just like cosplayers
Yes.
are celebrities at a Comic Con, you'll be dressed up as a character. Someone will come be like, I love that character, and
Yes.
you end up chatting with that person,
Yes.
becoming friends, and
Yes.
you expand your circle.
Correct.
And that's happened to me personally.
Yeah.
That's happened to people I know personally. So it's all about the community that ends up being there.
Right.
You realize that you're part of something
Yes,
when
yes.
you're there.
Right.
And there are so many more like-minded people,
Correct.
and you can't achieve that online, and
No,
that
you
can only
can't.
happen when you're physically there.
Yes.
And that's the best part about being at a Comic Con.
Right, because when I saw those cosplay, participants, I forgot that they were humans. Like, I don't know, it's just me perhaps. And I was like, Are Batman, Are Spider-Man. I mean, I think you're giving a very beautiful memory for the adults as well, because I almost forgot I'm 33 there. I thought I'm this 10-year-old girl enjoying myself.
Comic Con is a mix of nostalgia.
Yes.
It's even though it's not a kids event. But the thing is that it's a family friendly event.
Right,
At the
right.
core of it.
Right.
So we want everyone to be part of it.
Right.
And the best part is just the whole experience of being there, and I think it allows you to let go of your inhibitions. And especially when you're cosplaying,
Correct.
or even if some people do it very nicely, some
Yes.
people do it subtly. Some people do simple things like they'll wear the favorite comic book T-shirt, or they'll buy a cape.
Cape, yeah.
Or something just to be part of the feeling.
Yes, yes.
And that's a special thing that
Yes.
can only happen there.
Yes, and some of the costumes, I would say, it felt like they were prepping for like years. It felt.
Oh yeah, so people spend close to 6 months to a year sometimes.
Yes.
And so in our cosplay contest when we started, it was a very small thing.
Yeah.
Now it's a very massive thing.
Yeah.
And what we do is we have a fun sort of contest, and then there's a professional segment to it.
Oh, I didn't know
where
this.
people who take it professionally and they build those costumes, they compete and they have higher stakes and they win bigger things.
Oh.
And some of them get to represent India outside as well.
Oh, I didn't know this.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's a whole professional career.
That's why
for a
they
lot of
give it
people.
all. Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
And a lot of those people, like some of them are based out of Mumbai,
Yeah.
the professional ones. They're now costume designing in Bollywood and for ad agencies and all of that.
Is that because they won?
Yeah, because they were cosplayers. They got into cosplay. They started building these amazing costumes. They self-taught themselves,
Wow.
and they became so good at it. I know there's an influencer called Urfi.
Urfi Javed.
Yeah, so some of her costumes, she collaborates with a cosplayer I know in Mumbai, and he helps her create those costumes.
That is wonderful. Oh yeah, because even she loves to
She loves to,
experiment
yeah.
with her costumes. Wow. I didn't know about
Yeah,
this.
and that's just one thing at Comic Con. There's like
Yeah.
a whole group which is just about comics. There's a whole group which is just about toys.
Yes,
There's something just about merch. There's something all about gaming. I mean,
Yes, I went to the VR section and
Yeah.
I landed on the moon, and the experience was so nice.
Yeah, that's
I
a
was like,
unique
yes, the
experience.
moon. So fun. So, what is that one thing that you have stopped explaining to people about Comic Con? कि ये आपको गलत समझना है, आप समझ लो. I'm done.
I think no one, in my personal
Yeah.
opinion, people don't say a fancy dress anymore. Even the layman now says cosplay.
Yeah.
So that's a great feeling.
Great thing.
But I still come across people who've never been to a Comic Con, which
Yeah.
is, we're a massive country, so that's bound to happen. And I'm not really sure about the concept. So, I mean, that is a ongoing story that will continue forever, which is fine.
Yeah,
I'm
that
happy to
is fine.
Always blow someone's mind and
Yeah.
introduce them to Comic Con, and then
Yeah.
they're physically there.
Correct.
It's a very different experience.
Yeah. What are your future plans for Comic Con? Abhi, next? We thought in Guwahati you're planning to do
Yeah,
this
so
weekend,
the-
right? Could you tell us more about that? I'm from Guwahati, so yeah.
Yeah, so this weekend, which is I think 23rd, 24th,
Yes.
22nd, 23rd
Yes,
of November,
yes.
the first ever Guwahati Comic Con is happening.
Wow.
So, but yeah, I mean, I think going forward, I see them experimenting and going to more cities to figure, because there are fans in,
Yeah.
say, the Northeast, tons
Anime
of them,
fan.
massive,
Oh,
and then there are fans in smaller cities as well. Like, for example, there is a massive cosplay club and community in Nagpur. Now, I wouldn't imagine a place like Nagpur would have something like that, but they have their own events, they have their own community.
Nice.
So, I mean, there are many such clubs and communities in different small cities. So, the idea is to try and tap into it and see if
Absolutely.
they would, we can bring this experience to more people.
Right. You have multiple times mentioned that you have met some of your close friends,
Yeah.
very good friends, and your wife as well.
Yeah.
But I haven't heard that meet cute story so far. Would you like to
Oh,
share?
it's not really a neat, cute story. It's more like she started working for Comic Con, so we got to know each other while working, and that's how we
Okay.
got together. But,
All right.
but yeah, but I've a lot of my close friends are people who I met through Comic Con,
Yeah.
either because they were into comic books, or they
Yeah.
were creating comic books, or they were
Correct.
pitching something, and we ended up being friends, and till this day.
You guys, are they still actively involved in Comic Con as well, or like
My wife.
your friends?
So some of them are creators, and
Yeah.
they do exhibit
Okay.
in those events.
All right.
But for us, meeting at the Delhi Comic Con each year is also
Yes.
an experience.
Nice. Were you a fan of Big Bang Theory by any chance?
I was
Yeah.
in, I would say till the 4th season or maybe 5th.
Yeah.
Beyond that, it became boring. but yeah, I mean, I resonated with that.
Yes.
Though I was never, I was never a great student, so I wasn't nerdy like them.
Uh-huh.
But I understood their geekiness.
Yes. How do you navigate the line between being a business leader and being a genuine fan yourself of the comics?
You're the first person to call me business leader, but
You are.
but I think that's a challenge because there are things as a fan I would love to do and
Yeah.
always try and make happen,
Right.
but they don't always make business sense. They don't make cost sense sometimes.
Right.
So in most cases the business side has to overrule the fan side. But once in a while, you let the fan also win, and really enjoy, go crazy with it, even though it might not make. So
Yeah.
the space that I used to have fun with was that I would actively participate in the decision making for booking the comic book guests that we bring in from
Right.
outside India.
Right.
And initially, I would only invite people who I wanted to meet. Or I wanted their autograph or sketches from them.
Oh,
So that was the fan really getting something out of it.
right. So, what is your proudest collaboration so far? Ki, I've made it now. I could collaborate with this international artist or like brand.
So in the second year of Comic Con, where we were not really that big, and
Right.
I invited a legendary artist called Robert Crumb, and he's someone who is a hippie and I won't call him an anarchist, but he's someone who doesn't love the mainstream. So for him to travel to India was because we said we'll also show you the Taj Mahal and we'll take care of you. And he said, look, I'm old enough that this probably will be the only trip to India, so I'm coming here for that. But for people like me and
Yes.
the fans who really, really loved him,
Yeah.
understood that we were meeting a god of his own genre and style.
Right. Right.
So I got everything autographed, signed, sketched by him. I even have a laundry list that he gave me. I mean, he's one of the most, if you Google him, you'll understand he's a legendary artist.
Right.
He was so legendary that he was sick and tired of his life in San Francisco. So for a box full of his sketchbooks, someone gave him a house in France. So that's the story that's publicly told.
Wow.
But so I mean, the guy is a legend, and it was extremely unnerving to meet him. I
Yeah.
couldn't speak to him for a whole day because I was so like I didn't want to sound stupid. And he's also someone who's very reserved and
Yeah.
is not the most open person. So it was like My God, it was what an experience, and that was in the second year.
Yes,
I
very
personally,
soon. Yeah,
yeah,
it
I
was
know.
very early. Yeah.
So I mean, there were many more great writers and artists who came initially, but getting him to India was just on a
I
different
love
level.
the Taj Mahal part. How you
That's a pitch that we still use.
Yeah.
Yeah, because coming to India, it's a 14, 20-hour flight. A lot of people have never traveled outside of US or Europe.
Right.
So to convince them to come all the way to India, you really need to motivate them. So you have to make it into a vacation of sorts, pitch them something, and that continues till this day. Like
Yeah?
till about a year back, there was another amazing artist who was French Canadian, and he wanted to make a whole trip out of Goa and Kerala and everything out of it. And we've been trying to get him for almost 10 years.
Wow.
And he finally made it.
What's his name?
Guy Delisle.
Oh.
So he's done some amazing books,
Yeah.
which are travelogues, because he's an animator as well. So he traveled to North Korea. So he did a whole book on his experience
Correct.
in Pyongyang, then Shenzhen, then Jerusalem. I mean Vietnam.
Wow.
Burma actually. So yeah, I mean, he's come out with a bunch of books later on as well. But
Wow.
he's a prolific artist, and so getting him to India was like. So I was happy during the last transition when I was moving out. I was able to get these.
Get him?
Yeah.
Do you miss out on the roles that you used to play? Ki every department where you had a say or something, or you like really want to take a break now and like enjoy this leadership?
No, I do miss it. I mean, I would be lying to myself that if I don't say that I don't miss it. But it's been weird for the past 6 months when I have officially stepped away.
Yeah.
Not to get any more emails, no WhatsApp messages, no nothing. So it was in the beginning, it felt really great.
Yeah.
Now it's been about 6 months, and I think I'm kind of like now missing it a bit more.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I needed a clean break to kind of figure out what, if anything, I'm going to do next.
Yes, next. So are you thinking of anything next? Like,
I have to figure out something because you can't sit idle, right? And unlike in my 20s where I would like, हाँ ये करते हैं. Now I'm 40 and it's not so easy to just jump into something because you think 50 times about it. You're more skeptical about things in life.
Right.
When you're a 20-year-old, you're like, who cares? Right?
Who cares? Yeah. But you're just 40. It's okay. You can still experiment.
I know. That's what everyone who's older than me said. But what is wrong with you? But I mean, it's a serious. It's not a serious thing, but like it's a genuine thing where as you get older, you become risk averse.
Yes, of course. That's
so
there.
to jump head first into something is no longer your modus operandi, right?
Right.
So that's a fun struggle to have.
Right. Actually, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's not such a big problem.
It's a good problem to have.
Exactly.
So, what is that one Indian comic artist or creator who changed your understanding of the local scene, Indian as well?
So, I mean, originally for me, I was one of the biggest fans of Tinkle and Amachitra.
Yeah.
So, Uncle Pai, who created all of this, was the legendary, and I never got to meet him, but I got to speak to him. I tried to invite him to the first ever Comic Con. The entire team came, but he was unwell. And then before we could have the next sort of opportunity to meet him, he passed away, unfortunately. Okay. So I mean, his impact in my life has been massive. I wouldn't be into comic books if I had not gotten into those Tinkers and Amar Chitra Kathas. But then I met a lot of artists as I went into Comic Con, and there's so many of them. One key notable person I worked with also for many years is a Mumbai-based artist called Abhijit Kini. He used to, he still does draw for Tinkle, and he has his own independent projects.
Wow.
So I've made many comic books with him.
Yeah.
And his quick style and the way he's able to innovate and create something unique is something that I really look up to.
So, like, again, you mentioned that you never wanted to, but as a founder, like, what was the hardest part to step down from the position?
Honestly, stepping down was not hard.
Yeah.
I think I'd reached a place where I felt like I'd taken it to a place where I'm happy.
You're happy.
And I'm happy to leave at this point.
Yeah.
And my journey professionally before Comic-Con was me going into different things all the
Right,
time.
absolutely.
And this is the one sort of commitment I gave for a very long time, almost 15 years. So
Yes.
I was ready to kind of do something else.
Right.
So, and you know, because otherwise you're doing, I didn't want to do the same thing for the rest of my life. That was,
Do you also plan to retire early? Aisa kuch hai
No.
kya? No.
I think that's someone who's, I don't think anyone, it's very easy to say that, but I don't think you can actually do that.
Yeah,
Especially if you've been working on your own for the longest
Right.
while, right?
Right.
I've never held a job in my life. I've always